from the comfort of my apartment. And after the last 12 years of streaming, maybe, here I am. Oh, wrong one. Yay, here I am, guys. And yes, this is probably one of the first streams where I don't necessarily wear my hat at all. But yeah, here I am, guys. This is basically your opportunity to just kind of have fun, listen to just some of the things I really have to kind of announce, and whatever questions you guys have. It's, think of it like a press conference essentially. It's once I'm done with kind of like my spiel and whatever questions you have, or just something funny that you guys want, I guess, give away, you know, how politics kind of does it about. But of course, this time I'm taking it as a joke and converting it to the idea and using this as a challenge step, because there are things I do want to announce to you guys. There are things that I do have planned, and I think they're really great stuff. So I think you guys should, that you guys are going to really enjoy the type of content I'm going to upload in the future. But before I really get into that, I first want to discuss on just some of the things in terms of what we've done in the past year, and what are some successes, what are some things that we didn't necessarily meet goals on, or just in general how our channel has been doing for the while that I've been here necessarily. So I want to start off by basically saying that within the last year, I'm going to pull off some data from 2025. Overall, our view count from the 1st of January up until the very end, we have resulted in a total of 19.7 thousand viewers from all across, however you guys found my channel, whether you guys are directly subscribed or recommended or just share that from your friends and such. But we have total up to 19.7 thousand views. In terms of watch hours, we have resulted up to 607.9 views, or hours. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, hours. And I guess before I jump into the specifications on video wise, on which video performed the best in terms of views and which video did best in terms of engagement with the video, I just want to take a step back and basically say that, you know, all of this wouldn't have necessarily been possible without without you guys, basically. However you guys find my channel and such, whether it's from, again, I mentioned whether you directly subscribe or you got recommended some of my videos, or you've been shared from some of your friends or like that, whether you're my friends or family that came up to me, basically, you know, this is something that I enjoy doing for a long period of time, for as long as I can remember, basically. Yeah, but in terms of which video got the highest in 2025, well, this video also is the #1 video of all time, and it beats out 2 other videos. This year we were in a fight with other videos that were competing for that top of the spot, but ultimately the one that does it will be back to February 19th of 2025, and that is going to belong to Alan Walker's Walker World Tour highlights, featuring telecast at the Sylvia in Madison, Wisconsin. That comes out to top 7,037 views in 2025. In fact, if I were to look at the last 3 months into 2026, that video is still topping, making up for 2,611 views. In terms of video overall engagement, or the average view duration, was about 1 minute and 17 seconds. Not bad necessarily, 8.1%. I understand the video is kind of relatively long, but I promise you guys, if you watch the whole thing, there's a lot of good songs on it. So congratulations to you guys again for making this video top #1. I know it's been a huge battle back and forth on videos that were competing to be the top #1 spot, but ultimately it's going to go to Alan Walker's Walker World video with 7,037 views. In terms of watch time in hours, like I said again, Walker World Tour topped most of that. On average, that video got about 194.8 hours worth of just minutes of people watching this of the 9.3 thousand viewers currently. And that video has also been a reason why 29 more subscribers have looked into my channel and subscribed. Thank you guys once again, and I'm just amazed by the amount of progress that this video has gotten. And wow, it's really amazing. All throughout 2025, I also want to talk about the subscribers. From the perspective of subscribers as well, that video has top to go 78 subscribers. It's amazing me to think about that a portion of those subscribers were mostly made from the Alan Walker video. Yeah, 29 of the 78 subscribers came from there basically all throughout 2025. And of course, other subscribers that came from other videos, such as, I mean the top 5 I were to look at right now is Milwaukee Bucks NBA Cup Champions Banner Night, which resulted in 11 subscribers. 8 of you guys have subscribed after my 10 years of YouTube video. That was last year. Oh wow, okay. 6 of you guys have subscribed into what is also considered our most engaging and peak live stream content. This was in the Five Nights at Freddy's Night 7 live stream. If you guys remember clearly how that one went out, it was, oh my goodness, a long time to finish that, but I'm just amazed by how much we were. I was mentally ready to clock out because I felt that it wasn't going to be possible to beat Night 7, but after all that, after the motivation that you guys have given me, the amount of people that kept on coming in and out of the live stream, then the amount of views that toppled afterwards. After that live stream, I think I remember the initial numbers were 254 afterwards, and then more people kept on checking the live stream out to a total of 309 views, 33.9 hours of that live stream from all of you guys that watched that video. Yeah, that's definitely one of my most favorite moments of that live stream. Another video that did really well in 2025, I was going to go into number 5. A 5th video that tops overall is going to belong to Well There Goes My Childhood of YTB, Be a Fool About Fire Safety. Unless you guys aren't from a Milwaukee public school system or your school has a similar program like ours, every some years or so you would get a trip to some fire safety house, and you'd have to go through a simulation of what to do in case your house gets on fire, and they teach you this as you're a kid. First time I went to, I remember I was scared as hell. But the second time I essentially got, I aced it basically. And they always play that, little video that they show you. That was the video exactly. But again, that's if you guys want to check that video, you guys can go ahead and click on that. A lot of these videos that I'm gonna, unless I'm lazy enough, because I still got a lot of things to do afterwards. But yeah, I can see if I could just put down some of the videos I've been featuring and mentioning down in the description below. Of course, I want to shout out some other videos that made it to the 1,000 views club. So that's gonna belong to. There's another video I'm trying to think did a really great job. It was the Robert Kubica 2025 24 Hours of Le Mans win. I did an edit on that. It was about 1 minute and 21 seconds to be exact, and that toppled 2,769. as of December 31st, 2025. If I were to look at, what it's looking at right now, as of now, of course, the views are going to keep on climbing. Videos are, if they haven't gone triple digits, they will soon. Other videos will go into the thousands. And again, circling back, that I generally could not have done all this without you guys at all. I generally don't think that would have been possible. So as of right now, I don't know why it's filtering me through. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna see if I can filter this otherwise too. No, I think I might have broken it. Oh no. Yeah, I broke the page. Whatever, it's fine. I think in terms of, historical data, I've already gone all that covered. And basically there is something else I want to talk about in terms of, future planning and what I anticipate to do from here on out. Content that I plan for 2026. Well, for the most part, it's mostly gonna remain the same. I'm gonna keep on working on, live stream gaming videos, reaction videos, which I'm still open to requests on those, or unless I just find videos on my own to really take a look at. Even just some random miscellaneous stuffs, of course. Before I really even get in touch with the miscellaneous stuffs. In terms of gaming, I did start the second Five Nights at Freddy's, so I hope to mostly get this finished by the end of March, before spring break, or at least at the very end of March is when I hope to get Five Nights at Freddy's 2 done. And of course, the plan is to keep moving with the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 series, and then so forth. I think I'll probably just end it at 4, unless I get enough people recommending me do more. But Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is currently in progress, as you guys might have checked out on the live stream. And the other part of gaming that will remain the same is Gran Turismo 7 and Rocket League. Rocket League is a more casual game that I like to hop online on, even if I'm not playing online or just going on casual modes. Rocket League is a game that I do enjoy a lot of. And the obvious, Gran Turismo 7, because I really like racing. And racing is a part of who I am. If you guys, haven't noticed my previous live streams, probably this way is better. I used to have a wall of cars that are sitting back here, but I took it down recently, and now they're just kind of like all over my other walls, except for the one that I put it on. And the reason why I remodeled it is because, well, one, I'm having a bunch more cars now, so there's some in my storage box up here. There's one on this side, there's one on that side, and there's one behind me even, like closer to my bed. Yeah. But yeah, racing stuff is going to remain relatively the same. As long as I have the setup and the VR headset for it, I'm going to do a lot more VR racing, or without it even. I feel like some of you guys may have also paid attention to Gran Turismo 7 racing. Whenever I would have test streams just for data purposes and data collections. Ever since Gran Turismo 7 has dropped the newest update, Spec 3, it has been amazing in terms of the data that I can keep track of, and whatever I want to get downloaded to the live stream, I'm able to put it up there. So when I look at the footage again, I can see that, okay, this is where areas where I probably need to improve on, what I've been doing really well. Next time I push it out on the racetrack, then I can reciprocate that. And of course, I also make this public as well, just because, I would also like insights from other sim racing content creators or Gran Turismo content creators, or just other experts and people who are within the industry. The more I'm driving competitively, the more insight and feedback I can get on, is what I'm doing really well. Because I also want to improve. I want to improve as I'm going with sim racing. So yeah, if you are someone out there who does a lot of racing kind of content, then I would definitely like to check that out, or check you out for, maybe something we can probably work on, and if it's regarding to feedback or just collaboration in general. Speaking about racing, this is also the next thing I want to bring up as well. I do have plans for more racing kind of content heading into the future, because ultimately, motorsport is the career path I really want to get into. So I do have some planned trips, guaranteed the ones in Wisconsin, such as whatever racing days happens at the local Mass International Speedway. One, because I'm still studying here on campus, and two, of course, IndyCar Milwaukee Mile races, or Indianapolis 500 even. I do want to give that a shot again, so that's something I'm trying to look into if it's possible. And I was with a friend last year. Shout out to Jordan if you're watching this right now. Actually, he was a guy that I went to an Indy 500 race last year, and it was amazing experience. And it felt like I was in a whole another world. Like I was in my own world, full of people in the motorsport industry, from people that were coming in from all over the world just to watch this historic event. One of the triple crowns of motorsports. You got the Indy 500, you got the F1 race in Monaco, and you got 24 hours of Le Mans. I'd recently just got my passport, so I doubt I'm going to get the other two done this year necessarily. One, because I do need money, first of all. I need to have a stable career, and then I need a lot of resources, too, to really even make those trips a consideration. I don't know. But, again, anything can happen in life. Nothing is guaranteed in life. But those are essentially just some of the plans that I've guaranteed effort to make, and some that most likely not happen. In terms of non-racing stuffs, I also plan to go on a couple of spring break adventures. I'm currently scheduling a spring break trip with some of my closest friends from university, so I'm hoping, assuming they are okay with having their faces be shown to my channel, get a chance to you guys say hello to my friends, and push that out for content purposes. Or I don't know. There is definitely one that I am trying to book my flight for as soon as possible, because one of the events I'm going for spring break for, I'm really looking forward to, and within the past few months. I got a couple of more travel plans going on. And yeah, that's about it in terms of content planning and what is there to look for in the future. Of course, university has kind of taken a big time of my day. One, because my courses, two, my capstone project. Oh, speaking of capstone projects, I actually do want to talk about that. I hope, with permission from the university, from the college, from the school, from the professor, that I am able to redistribute my capstone project I'm making. I'm currently working on a long story form project, or I guess documentary, depends how you see it. But I'm working on a story. I don't want to give too much away. One, because I'm still kind of capturing and collecting footages from people's and events. But I guess the main gist of what it's about really is, of course, related to motorsports. And it's about a local driver here in the state of Wisconsin. Basically, him trying to pursue or push towards a more professional league, whether it may be NASCAR or ARCA, or just basically just kind of working the steps to the top professional levels of the league he's decided to go for. So I hope to get that done I hope to start anything by the next month, and then the month after that have everything done by then, published, uploaded, shown, all that premiering kind of stuff's out of the way. And then once I get the okay and the go ahead to to redistribute, then I would really love to share that with you guys. So expect that. I guess keep that in mind for around the beginning of May, when I should have this footage back by the time I get done with everything. And yeah, I guess that was one thing that I kind of forgot to mention back from the very beginning. It's basically, if you look at my tracker right now, you will see that we're over 51,000 views in terms of, all the videos combined. As we're approaching 2026, I would hope to, I would really hope to maybe double that by the end of the year. We can get to 100,000 viewers. And in terms of subscribers, at the very minimum, I would love for another 250. I'm pretty sure we can get to 500, and if we can exceed the momentum that we have right now even further, after we push to our 250, because I know where we are. What 244? Yeah, 244. I would love to see the channels go to 1,000, and we keep them on and pushing for there. But the bare minimum, the goal is looking like 500 for right now. But yeah, I would love to do that with your help. Again, just sharing my channel out there to people, let them know I exist. This is the kind of content that I like to do, and I would hope they're amused or entertained by what I do, especially the things I have planned in the future for you guys up until the end of the year. So I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to the things that we have planned. But there's also a possibility that, of course, the ones that I don't have guaranteed, or at least some of the planning, or if for some reason, the channel feels like that's kind of dying. Well, I know there's been multiple instances where it's kind of felt like that, and that's because, one, as I'm approaching my final semester in university, it's slowly starting to become harder and harder to keep that consistency going. And when I realized I wanted to pursue this kind of career, it's definitely something that's going to take a lot of my time away, let alone even just prepare for it. And after graduation, it's, if I can't get anything secured in terms of jobs or career, you guys obviously know that the job market is extremely difficult to try secure or land something in any field, really, in any field. And I'm well aware of the amount of chaos that's just going on in today's world, and how it's not exactly picture perfect or pretty out there. Lots of suffering and lots of chaos that are going around the world. I don't even want to bring up some of the things because I can think of way too much, and it's heartbreaking. And some of my friends even have complained about it, whether it's a few times or all the time, that I'm sick and tired of this world just not being picture perfect and everyone's stupid, and some other things that people have come up to me about. Well, I hope you people are watching this, or if you're that kind of person, I would hope you realize, or you find out, that life is short, but it's also beautiful to worry too much about where the direction the world is going to go, or what could have been different in the past. And I know it sounds so cliche, and that's something that a lot of people have spoken to other people, or people have said to me directly, but it's true for a reason, because we feel effects the most when we focus on the now, because those are impacts or actions that we do that create the memories from us in the future. And even if we're not struggling, or we are struggling on whatever it may be, you know, when it feels that there's almost absolutely nothing out there that we can really do about it, maybe the answer isn't necessarily what we can't do about that certain thing, but what we can do on other things instead. Even in my situation right now, you know, I mentioned a little bit of just after university, I don't know what's next for me necessarily, and if I don't even have a place secured for the following years, because other than my parents' place, which don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with doing that. I'm grateful that my family or that my parents are allowing me to still reside if it comes down to not having my own place. And I have been able to find places. If you're wondering why I'm not staying at this place I'm at any longer, it's because they're going to demo it after our lease ends. They sold this property to a much richer corporate, and then they're going to build more apartments and business and whatnot. I mean, which is fine, but if you're, but like other apartments that's been built around the campus, if you're building it just to gentrify the area and make the prices extremely expensive, then maybe the housing issue isn't the fact that there's too many students. Well, okay, that's partially because of that, but also because private corporates are monetized or monopolying over, they're making money more of a factor in terms of where these kids are going to stay, even if dorms doesn't become an option that the university is supposed to provide. But again, that's not in my position to say anything. It's corporate, and plus I'm graduating, so. But I guess that's just how I feel. Aside from the apartment chaos and such, I only say this because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I'm just being honest and just sharing about what's going on in my situation. So you're not going to see me in this place any longer. So when I move out and I have my own place to, decorate and design it the way I actually do one, then of course, I try my best here as well to build my room the way I want, and I'm happy with the setup I have now. I kind of have an idea of, with some of the places I've been looking at, if I do move into another place, of what designs and decorations are going to look like, what my setup is going to look like, what my studio is going to look like within this studio of a room. It's scary. It can feel scary. And it is scary. Because for many of us, if we're coming out of university, we're at the point where I guess in my perspective, we just feel as if we are kind of actually alone in terms of the rest of our life, basically, because college is basically supposed to teach us how to, prepare for it or get ready for it. And it's all basically up to us to determine how will we make an impact on ourselves or on the world afterwards. What contributions can we make to society as a whole? But again, as soon as I can secure something in terms of job, new place, and then of course I do want to upload more content, because one, this channel has been a place where I can really come over, share some things, or see it as a place of security or transparency, or even if it's some place to escape, or just some place where I find joy. And I do that to express joy with you guys, with the content that I share. And although, yes, it's not the best channel in the world with only 244 subscribers, and we might not be Mr. Beast, we might not be Markiplier, we might not be PewDiePie, or any of the top channels are approaching in hundreds of millions or billions of subscribers even, but it's fun at the end of it. And I hope, I don't want to sound like I'm begging for viewers or subscribers. That's not what I like to do. I don't like doing that. It's more me basically just expressing, seeing how it goes, and making the most out of it. Other than that, I don't have necessarily anything else to share out, really. Other than, yeah, that's basically the gist of how my content is going to go forth. Again, very amazing year. And I think with the momentum that we have right now, we can definitely push this much forth and keep growing from there. More videos, more views, more subscribers, more happy people from the content that I upload. And the last over a decade, it amazes me just how older I've gotten since I was a kid. And I've grown in love with this channel. It's made me realize how young I was, what level I was as a kid. You know, I graduated elementary with this channel. I've gone past middle school with this. Even in the toughest times of my life, I've graduated high school with this channel. And I'm about to graduate college with this channel. And it baffles me so much of how much time has passed and how YouTube is still standing, how YouTube is still that number one platform out there. And who knows, maybe I can do this for another 10 years or so, get to 20 years, 30, 40, keep making content as I'm an old guy. But every part of the journey that I'm going to go through now and in the future, I hope to do this with you guys. You know, no matter how you come across my channel, whether you're a subscriber or not, you know, I really do hope to keep doing this with you guys. Should I come across a point where retirement is a question? Well, not necessarily. I don't think. Not now, really. I still can dedicate my time to this channel, but I guess we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. That's about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this state of the channel. Like I said, I prefer it this way, just so that, one, of course, I was going to go through a lot of talking, a lot of information, and I know it was kind of long, but not as long as, you know, political state of unions would go. Again, I did this more as like a joke, but yeah, I had fun with this, and I hope you guys had fun with this too. Now you guys know about, you know, what my channel has gone through the last year, the plans, my life even. So I will sign off with One more thing that I have in mind before I go ahead and conclude this, excuse me, is that even in moments of uncertainty, even in moments when we ask ourselves, now what? Or in moments when something unexpected happens that we're not ready for, everyone has a different story in their life. Where they're from, what's their culture, what's their religion, who are their people. Everyone isn't immune to anything or everything. Everyone's influenced to whatever they're exposed to. That makes them want to pursue something. And that is one of the... It can be a beautiful thing, or it can be a horrifying thing. Because we start out capable of what we feed our minds into at a young age. And when we're older, more experienced, and more wise, we learn in a lot of ways before perfecting our craft that we pursue. Going back to what I was saying initially, but even in times where it might not all seem that perfect, or it might seem unfair, or there's something or someone that keeps beating us up, even when we ask so many questions on what we could have done, what we should have done, what we would have done, questions about what we'll do, what we are going to do, what should we do. How we deal when life beats us down so many times. When it feels like there's nothing that we can do. I've said this before in the stream, and I will say it again. You do what you can. Even when it doesn't feel like it's the answer to something that we want to do but we can't. Maybe something else will open that way. And when we do, it's part of nature of how we learn and grow along the way. Humanity always strives to become a better person. And we learn how to become a better person through experiences and failures. As long as I'm alive, as long as you are alive, whether you're here with or without me, whether you know me or you hate me, how you come across my channel, we are in this together. We learn, we grow, we get wiser, we get better. We are in this together. This is Kevin Felix, host of Kevin1337, the YouTube channel. Signing off at 7:56 p.m. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.